If anyone finds a Duran Duran CD, that is a personal item, and I'd like that back. So if you could please drop it off in my tech box at the end of the show and enjoy the performance. Can we prepare for lights up on Act 1? No, for the cast, Winston is still missing. We need to find him before the guard dog scene. Taylor, we need him back on stage as soon as possible. What's Annie doing on stage? Gather also Chris can do her stupid speech. Leave it. Just leave it. But you need it. We don't have time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Performing Drama Society's presentation of The Murder at Haversham Manor. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Chris, the director, and I would like to personally welcome you to what will be my directorial debut as head of the Drama Society. Firstly, I would like to apologize to those of you involved in our little box office mix-up. I do hope the 617 of you involved will enjoy our little murder mystery just as much as you might have enjoyed Into the Woods. We are particularly excited to present this play because for the first time in society's history, we've managed to find a play that fits a number of society members perfectly. If we're honest, a lack of members has sometimes hampered past productions, such as last year's Chekhov play, Two Sisters. Last Christmas, The Lion and the Wardrobe, or indeed, our summer musical, Cat. Of course, this is the first time we've been able to present a play of this scale, and we are thrilled. It's no secret we usually have to contend with a small budget, as was evident in our last production of the classic Roald Dahl's James and the Peach. Of course, in that particular run of the show, the Peach had gone off, and we were forced to present a hastily devised alternative named James and the Peach. Anyway, on to the main event, which I am sure will be our best show yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, please put your hands together. Not yet. For Susie, H.K. Bridewell's thrilling whodunit, The Murder at Haversham Manor.
Are you in there, Charlie? Way downstairs for the faster engagement, Charlie. Charlie? Hang it all. You've been there for hours. I mean, if I didn't know better, I think you're having second thoughts about the wedding. Charlie? I mean, if you won't come out, I guess we'll have to come in. Damn it, Perkins, lock the door. Hand me the keys.
Here they are, sir.
Thank you, Perkins. All right, Charlie, we're coming in. We're coming in, Charlie. There we are, we're in. What's this? Charles, unconscious.
Asleep surely, Mr. Collymore.
Damn it, Perkins, I hope so.
I'll take his pulse.
Last night, I knew it wasn't like Charles to disappear like this.
Sir, he's dead.
Damn it, Perkins, he can't be. He was my closest friend.
He's not breathing, and there's no hint of a pulse.
I'll be dumbfounded. I mean, he was right an hour ago.
I don't understand. He can't be dead. He was as fit as a fiddle. It doesn't make sense.
No, of course it makes sense. He's been murdered! Good God, where's Florence?
She's in the dining room, sir. Shall I fetch her?
At once, and quickly.
But she's bound to have one of her hysterical episodes.
Good God, Charles dead. I mean, what a horror. Do you think it was murder, or maybe, just maybe, perhaps, it was suicide?
Suicide?
Mr. Haversham? Not a chance. Never was there a man with more zest for life than Charles Haversham. He was young, rich, and soon to be married. Why on earth would he commit suicide?
But why on earth would someone want to murder him? I mean, Charles was always such a gentle fellow.
Generous, kind, and true. Philanthropist.
He never had an enemy in his whole life. Until today, it seems.
Shall I telephone the police, sir?
The police? In this weather, I mean, they would make it out for days in this snowstorm. No. I'll telephone Inspector Carter. She lives, just to the other side of the village. Hand me the receiver, Perkins. Thank you, Perkins. Yes, this is Thomas Collins speaking. Give me Inspector Carter. Yes, I know it's late. Damn it, I don't care about the weather. Someone's been murdered. Someone's murdered. Charles Haversham. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's correct. That's right. Yes, that's right. Yes, yes, yes.
Sounds like they're on key 4.
Thank you. She's on her way.
Inspector Carter?
She's the best damn detective in this district. She'll crack this case, and quick.
Very good. And what shall I do?
Lock every door. Not a soul gets out of Havisham Manor.
Very good.
And make sure to assemble everyone in here.
Right away.
My God. Charles Havisham murdered his own engagement party. My God. Charles Havisham murdered his own engagement party. What a grim, grim, grim night. Florence!
Charlie, no! I can't believe what I'm seeing! My God, he looks so frail lying there. His skin is cold to the touch.
Don't touch it, Florence.
I must.
You mustn't.
You controlling brute, unhand me! Oh, who could do such a thing? The night of our engagement party. Cecil, quick! Your brother's dead!
This image that I'm feeling, I'm coming in calling for.
Oh, get out, idiots!
My brother? Dead. It can't be.
Calm yourself, Cecil. Perkins, pour that man a stiff drink.
Of course. Charles always kept his scotch right here on the side table. You know, my brother had the finest collection of scotch in all the country.
Don't you think I know that? Charles was my oldest friend.
Well, he was my brother, Thomas.
Hang it all. Charlie dead.
My fiancé dead! I can't bear it!
I want to leave my sight this evening, Florence.
My God! He's drunk the whole thing! There's not a drop left!
Were they left?
There's not a drop left!
Hang it all. There's another on the table.
Yes, sir, of course. You're right. This one's full.
This is horrifying. I mean, who on earth would have the motivation to murder Charles Haversham?
I can't imagine!
My brother was a good man. Who would kill him? I'm in shock, Thomas.
As am I, Cecil. As am I.
My brother murdered in his own home is unthinkable.
This is more than my nerves can take. I can't stand it. Thomas, I'm becoming hysterical.
Quick, take all your pills.
Of course, this is
Take all
unbearable.
your pills.
Of course, this is unbearable.
No, Dad, no!
Thomas, I feel like Charles has help.
Quick, Perkins, pour him a stiff drink.
This is terrible. Just a week after our engagement.
Well, here's to a good brother. That's the best whiskey I've ever tasted.
There. Well done, Florence. Deep breaths, deep breaths.
Make it a double.
Oh, my Charles, my head is spinning.
Calm down, Miss Collins.
Another scotch, sir?
Yes.
I can't believe he sat up here alone drinking when he was supposed
melancholy resentment.
It's true. His smile is often merely a...
Hey! I was lucky enough to be one of the few people we really confided in. Damn it all!
I lost the truth Wednesday.
We all have broken. Hang it. I knew Charlie since grade school.
I don't know how I'll ever recover from this.
You move back home with me. I'm your brother. Have it no other way.
Perkins is right. My brother was hiding a deep sense of melancholy and resentment. I have no doubt in my mind it was suicide.
Suicide?
No! It was murder. Murder in the first degree. Nonsense! Nonsense! My brother was paranoid and jealous, and I can prove it. Perkins hid in his journal there on the mantelpiece. Thank you, Perkins. Why, look at the last century. I hear Florence does not love me. On the night of our engagement, despair engulfs my soul.
But I loved Charles with all my heart.
As I said, driven mad by paranoia and jealousy.
The inspector!
Thank heaven she's here. What a terrible snowstorm. Good evening. I'm Inspector Carter. Take my case.
Yes, Inspector.
Oh, this must be Charles Haversham. I'm sorry. This must have given you all a damn shock.
It did. We're all still reeling.
Naturally. Tell me, are any of you the deceased's immediate family?
I'm Cecil Haversham. I'm his brother.
I'm Florence Collymore, his fiancée. Tonight was our engagement party.
I take it everyone's assembled here then?
The only other member of staff is Arthur the gardener, but I believe I saw him and Winston leave for the weekend hours ago.
Winston?
His guard dog.
Very well. Have you poured everyone a stiff drink?
Yes, Inspector. Well, let's all raise a glass to a man we love, to Charles.
Charles!
Delicious! Excellent!
Lovely. That's a damn fine bottle, Perkins. What's the vintage?
Flammable and corrosive, sir.
Listen, forgive me, I must be very distraught, but the sooner I can begin my inquiries, the sooner we can get down to the bottom of this mess. Leave business. Mr. Haversham, Miss Collymore, if you could please wait in the study as I examine the body.
Such a shame for a man to die just 3 months before he is to be married.
Can't stand it. Look at him lying there.
This is most morose.
Morose, indeed.
His stillness unnerves me.
Seeing the cadaver for the first time can be unsettling. Should his pockets close?
Inspector.
Listen, I need you to pull yourselves together and help me dust the body from fingerprints.
A letter?
And now, to dust the body for fingerprints.
Yes, Inspector.
What was that?
Sir?
I think I just saw him breathing.
Breathing, sir.
Nonsense! Collymore, this man is dead. Thank you! Now that I'm finished examining the body, perhaps you could bring it down to the service quarters for the coroner to take over the body.
Yes, Inspector.
Mr. Haversham, Miss Collymore, if you could please return.
Any ideas of cause of death, Inspector?
Oh, could be a number of things. Strangulation, suffocation, poison. Before the coroner fully examines the body, I won't have to say.
Poison, Inspector? Surely not.
Try not to think about it, Miss Collymore. As soon as I've
they've all gone.
Cecil, we must tread carefully. It would be easy for the two of us to become implicated in Charles's death. If they find out about us, we'll be suspects.
You're having an affair. It doesn't mean you killed the man.
Of course not, but that's what the inspector will think.
We'll just carry on as if everything was as it was, except that I won't be forced to marry my beastly brother.
And soon we can be together and not keep secrets.
Soon, my love, but first, with Charlie find that picture, I must ask you one question. Florence, will you do me the honor of becoming my wife? Marry me. Charles is gone, he can never come between us again. Oh, Florence, Charles is dead and he's never coming back.
Oh, Cecil, I can't resist you. I shall marry you.
Oh, Florence, come to my arms.
I shall.
Kiss me.
Oh, Cecil.
I am the inspector's pet. What is happening in here?
Sorry, I felt flustered. Cecil was cooling my brow.
Very well. Now I have you grab a pencil. And now that I have a pencil, I'll be on my way.
Well, thank God he's gone.
Kiss me 1,000 times. I'm yours.
Sorry to interrupt, Miss Collymore, Mr. Havisham. I've come to collect the keys to lock us all inside. Thank you, Perkins. I shall lock the doors at once.
You don't think Perkins suspects us, do you?
That old fool? Of course not.
Oh, enough words. Take me.
I forgot the notebook. Oh, for heaven's sake!
I was about to faint. Cecil caught me.
We haven't the time for this. Now that I have the inspector's notebook, I'll be on my way.
Damn these blasted interruptions.
Oh, Cecil, kiss me. I can't wait a second longer. Kiss me. I can't wait a second longer. I can't wait a second longer.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Miss Collymore, Mr. Havisham. I've come to prepare the room. Thank you, Perkins. Just set them down on the mantelpiece. That's some good work. Thank you, Perkins.
Let's run away from here. Far away. Together.
Soon, my love, but first, we must be careful not to arouse any suspicion.
Cecil, tell me. Who do you think killed Charles?
I have no doubt in my mind he's killed by your brother, Thomas Collymore.
My brother? A murderer and Charles dead? What a devil of a situation this is!
Not so fast, Inspector!
But why would Thomas want Charles dead?
Isn't it obvious he was always bitter and possessive when it came to you? He couldn't stand the idea of giving you to any man. He saw you two together at tonight's engagement party. It drove him half mad. He lashed out and he killed Charles.
But if it is Thomas, what if our affair is discovered?
I have no doubt in my mind he'd kill us as he did Charles.
Oh, Cecil, I feel faint again.
Don't worry, Florence. Just follow my lead.
I'm sorry to have kept you, but now that I've finished examining the body, our interviews can proceed. Perkins, please bring up all of Charles' personal effects.
Where would you like them, Inspector?
Set them down on the mantelpiece.
As you wish, Inspector.
Don't go, Perkins. I'd like to ask you a few questions first. Mr. Habersham, Miss Collymore, would be so kind kindness to give us a moment of privacy.
Naturally.
Don't just stand there. Perkins, take a seat. Go ahead, Perkins. How are you feeling?
A little shaky, but I'll be fine.
You were Charles Haversham. You were close.
Yes, very close.
You don't appear very upset.
On the contrary, I'm barely taking it in. You're such a gentle, kind fellow.
It's true.
You met him?
Once, at a local police station, it was a consultant on a fraud case I was working on.
I see.
How long have you been working here at the Haversham?
80 years.
80 years!
8.
8 years. And have you enjoyed your time here?
My time with Mr. Haversham has been nothing but a joy. I feel that since I've come here, I've been seen not only as a butler, but as a friend and a confidant. If you need me, I'll be in my quarters. Exits.
Exits! Thank you, Perkins. If you could bring in Florence Collymore on your way out.
No need. I'm already here, Inspector. Don't ask too much of me. I feel fragile as glass.
Ah, Collymore, you managed to find me a pencil?
Yes, Inspector.
And my notebook? Ah, I knew I left them somewhere. I'd like to speak to your sister alone.
Very well. You need me, Florence? I'll be in the library.
Don't fret, Miss Collymore. My questions will be brief and to the point, and then you can get some rest. Firstly, how old are you, Miss Collymore?
21.
I'll make note of that. And when were you engaged to be married?
In the new year.
And when did you and your fiancé first meet?
Only 7 months ago, but my brother knew him ever since grade school. He introduced us at a local gala, and it was love at first sight. I knew from the very first moment that I saw him that he was the man I wished to marry.
Oh, I've run out of paper.
When you love someone, there's no such thing as rushing, Inspector.
Did you ever think you were rushing into this marriage?
Why wouldn't I love him?
Did you love him then?
How could anyone have benefited?
Can you think of anyone who might have benefited from your fiancé's death?
Cecil?
Not even Cecil?
I wasn't having an affair. Don't raise your voice at me, Inspector.
You were having an affair!
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down, Miss Collymore!
Well, where did you find it?
I found your letter, the one addressed to Cecil, in your hand, declaring your love for him, saying that the thought of marrying Charles repulsed you.
Charles read it.
Well, where did you find it? I'll tell you where I found it, in Charles's pocket.
Charles read it that it was suicide. Charles read it that it was suicide. Charles read it that it was suicide.
Indeed, or murder conceived by yourself and Cecil Haversham so you could run away together.
You diabolical beast, how can you? I won't stand for this, Inspector. Accuse me again and you'll be sorry.
What's all this shouting?
Inspector.
I was merely interviewing Miss Collymore, nothing more.
What's the matter, Florence? Calm down. Stop shouting.
You're having one of your hysterical episodes. Snap out of it.
Florence, where are you going?
Come back here this instant. She's run off. I'll go fetch her. But you stay here, Cecil. I dare say the inspector has some questions for you. You were Charles' brother, after all.
I'm sorry about her, Inspector. She's badly shaken. We all are. It's been quite a night, and it's getting late.
Indeed. 11 o'clock already.
Well, do you have any questions for me, Inspector?
Yes, similar to those I asked Miss Collymore.
Well, fire away. I'm at your service.
Indeed. Did you get along well?
Up and down, rather more strain in our relationship. After our father died, it was no secret that he cared for Charles more than myself.
I see. This is your father in the portrait, is it not?
It is,
He was a spitting image of Charles, wasn't he?
ever since quite young, yes.
And you were the junior by 4 years?
Almost 4, and didn't I know it. Charles patronized and embarrassed me throughout our entire childhood, and father always took his side. And when Charles didn't get his way, he became unbearable.
Oh, sounds far from the ideal brother. In fact, it sounds like you hated one another.
I won't lie, Inspector. Charles and I never truly saw eye to eye. But if you were suggesting it had something to do with his murder, then you're mistaken.
I see. It's a dark night, Cecil.
Inspector?
You barely even make out the trees.
What are you saying, Inspector?
I'm saying, Cecil, that tonight would be the perfect night for you to murder your brother.
Inspector, please. Me and my brother had our differences, but deep down we cared for one another.
And yet you had an affair with his fiancée?
You know about that?
Yes, I saw the letter. And Charles's pocket that was from Miss Collymore to yourself.
Well, bravo, Inspector. You found out about Florence and I, but it proves nothing. We had nothing to do with Charles's murder, but I know who does. Thomas Collymore. Oh, Inspector, he's a dangerously unhinged man with a devil of a temper, and his sister Florence. I've said it once before, and I shall say it again. He couldn't stand the idea of giving her to any man. He saw them two together at tonight's engagement party. It drove him half mad. He lashed out and he killed Charles, a crime of passion perhaps, but there it is.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson. Thank you. You have been awful. Perhaps you could grab Thomas Collymore on your way out and learn how to follow more than one line of inquiry to get to the bottom of this.
Of course, Inspector, anything to help with the progress of your investigation.
Hang it all, Charles. Who could have killed you? No one ever this damn Bruce is guilty. That's weird. There's something underneath these cushions. A ledger? A ledger? A ledger? A ledger. A ledger inscribed with Charles's initials. Let's see. Notes. Bills. What's this? A new draft of Charles's will and testament dated only today? Let me see. Charles Haversham, hereby amend my last will and testament, my money, my possessions, the Haversham Manor, to one good Lord.
Inspector, Thomas Collymore view.
Oh, thank you, Cecil, but before I speak with Thomas, I would like to review some papers in Charles's study. I shall return presently.
Do take your time, Inspector.
Indeed.
Well, Thomas, did you manage to find Florence?
She ran out into the grounds.
Tell me, Thomas, what are your thoughts on Charles and Florence's engagement?
Well, I was, overjoyed, of course. I mean, I love Florence and I love Charles. I couldn't have proved more of the match.
Come on, Collymore. It's well known that you and your that you were overprotective of your sister.
Me?
I'll get it. Good evening. Yes? Yes? It's for you.
Who is it?
Your accountant's calling more?
At 11:30 in the evening.
Yes.
Very well. Hand me the receiver. Now, yes, Thomas Collymore speaking. This is an inconvenient time, yes. My recent deposits, one of them. Discrepancies? What are you talking about? Gone? Gone where? 9,000 pounds! Good God, Perkins, get in here! I need you to hand me my bank book.
Your bank book, sir.
Also,
Your pen, sir.
thank you, Perkins. Now, who am I speaking with? Mr. Fitzroy, eh? Oh, I'll put you to your superior, Mr. Fitzroy. Let me write that name down. Mr. Fitzroy. I have, I don't authorize this transaction. I want you to tell me who did it and you call me right back.
What is it, Collymore?
9,000 pounds, my own bank account, stolen.
Good Lord.
What a grisly evening.
Thomas, I have a confession to make.
What is it?
Well, Lawrence and I are having an affair.
What? You were my sister!
Now calm down, Collymore.
I always knew you were just some snake in the grass!
It's not what you think we're in love.
My sister does not love you! My gosh, your brother's fiancé! No wonder your father hated you!
I'm speaking of my father, Collymore.
It's time that you snake, answer for your indiscretions. I can draw your sword. On guard! You're no match for me. Sometimes I forget your charge, but they're so pathetic.
I was always too quick for you, but not bad, Collymore. Ching, ching, ching.
Right. Clash.
Ching.
Bang.
Rattle, clang.
Swipe. Swipe. Ah! Ah, 'tis nothing.
How about you, Collymore?
Ding, ding, clang.
Ching, slash, swipe.
Ah!
Yes, swipe, swipe. You've got a good parry, Collymore, but not bad.
Good parry. I'll show you a good parry. Ah!
Ching, ching, ching.
Rattle, clang, slash.
Ching. Disarm.
Slice, slice, slice.
Blood.
I don't need someone like this to kill the likes of you. I guess it's no mystery who killed Charles Havisham after all. It was his own vile brother, in a fit of jealous rage. You'll be sorry if I lay a finger on my sister. You'll be sorry. Bang! Bang! Inspector! Inspector! Where is Inspector Parker? Oh, there you are, Inspector. I don't know if I can remain so calm in a situation like this.
Oh, it comes from years of experience.
Indeed.
It is important we remain calm and we do not let each other out of our sight. Where is your sister, Collymore?
She should be coming in right now. There she is. Oh. Florence, you look yourself this evening.
Thomas, I'm frightened.
Don't worry, Florence. As long as you're with me, you'll be safe.
What's happening, sir?
Isn't it obvious Cecil has lost control?
Oh no, not Cassil.
He was killed Charles tonight. Driven mad by his loss for you, and now he knows we have found him out.
I cannot bear it. Cassil would not do such a thing.
This is a fine mess. Worst night I've seen in 80 years. 8 years. 8 years. 8 years.
Save me, brother! Save me, brother!
Don't worry, Florence. As long as you're with me, I shan't let anyone hurt a hair on your head.
I'm panicking. I can't believe Cecil is doing this.
Try to remain calm, Miss Collymore.
I shall faint.
You shan't. Confound it. What a devilish situation this is. Not the best instep. Oh, for God's sake. Now we're all going to strike tonight, you hear me?
Take cover!
Great Scott!
Good heavens!
I mean, don't panic. Cecil is crossing the landing. We must lock him out.
Quick, hand her the keys, Perkins.
Here they are, sir. Here they are, sir.
Quickly, get them to me, Perkins, before Cecil bursts in.
No! Good Lord!
Cecil's dead?
A double murder. A double murder.
I mean, time of death.
Quarter to mid. 5 o'clock.
Cecil! No! 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 I loved him. I loved him. I know it was wrong. I know I was engaged to But Cecil was mine and I was his.
There, Miss Collymore.
How will I go on? Sobs.
You, take this body outside.
I'll help Perkins.
I must say, I've been an inspector for 20 years, but 2 murders in one evening is certainly unusual.
Oh, Inspector, my fiancé and my lover killed on the same eve.
Remember, your
Quick, take one of your pills.
No, not more pills.
But who could have killed him?
That's a good question, Mr. Collymore.
And one we need to answer quickly if we're going to get out of this house alive.
Oh, Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour salt another scotch.
Of course.
Now, tell me, is there anyone in the grounds that you know of other than the four of us?
Not a soul.
I mean, the guard on level 6 and the only other member of staff is Perkins. Thank you. Oh, good God, I needed that.
Does anyone have access to the grounds?
No one, Inspector.
I'm the only one with the master key, as instructed. I locked and bolted all the doors as soon as you arrived.
Then who could have killed him?
That's a good question, Mr. Collymore.
And one we need to answer quickly if we're going to get out of this house alive.
Oh, Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour salt another scotch.
Oh, of course.
Now, tell me, is there anyone in the grounds that you know of other than the four of us?
Not a soul.
The guard on level 6 and the only other member of staff is Perkins. Good God, I needed that.
Does anyone have access to the grounds?
No one, Inspector.
I'm the only one with the master key, and as instructed, I locked and bolted all the doors as soon as you arrived.
Then who could have killed him?
That's a good question.
And one we need to answer quickly if we're going to get out of this house alive.
Oh, Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour salt another scotch.
Of course.
Now, tell me, is there anyone in the grounds that you know of other than the four of us?
Not a soul.
The gardener on level 6 and the only other member of staff is Perkins. Good God, I needed that.
Does anyone have access to the grounds?
No one, Inspector.
I'm the only one with the master key, and as instructed, I locked and bolted all the doors as soon as you arrived.
Then who could have killed him?
That's a good question, Mr. Collymore.
And one we need to answer quickly if we're going to get out of this house alive.
Oh, Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour salt another scotch. Now, tell me, is there anyone in the grounds that you know of other than the four of us?
Not a soul.
The gardener on level 6, the only member of staff is Perkins. Good God, I needed that.
Does anyone have access to the grounds?
No one, Inspector.
I'm the only one with the master key. As instructed, I locked and bolted all the doors as soon as you arrived.
Then who could have killed him?
That's a good question, Mr. Collymore.
And one we need to answer quickly if we're going to get out of this house alive.
Oh, Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour salt another scotch. Of course. Now, tell me, is there anyone in the grounds that you know of other than the four of us?
Not a soul.
Well, you see, the gardener on level 6 and the only other member of staff is Perkins. Good God, I needed that.
Does anyone have access to the grounds?
No one, Inspector.
I'm the only one with the master key, and as instructed, I locked and bolted all the doors as soon as you arrived.
Then who could have killed him?
No one. Yes, no one could have killed him except for the people who are in this room.
Good God, you're right. It's one of us.
This is a disaster. Blackout intermission.
I've been trying to figure out where I know this guy from months. He's wearing a plaid shirt.
Where's Winston?
Did the dog's name just change from Wolf? Winston to Winston. I haven't seen a dog, but I'd like to. Him, right there. That guy. I mean, you could see his face before, so this isn't really ideal. Have you seen Vivian at all? Where?
The dog down there, brother. Passing around.
Please let me know if you see him.
What? Pause it?
I don't need to leave that on.
It's fine.
many of you have returned for the second act. Would you mind if I said the first act entirely as rehearsed? There were one or two minor snaps, which you may or may not have picked up on. But this by far is not the worst first act Tornado's Drama Society has seen by some stretch. This last year, due to a casting error, Quarterly Drama Society had to present Snow White and the 7 tall, broad gentlemen. Anyway, before we begin again, Taylor! Before we resume this evening's performance, a quick word of health and safety administration. If I could please ask anyone who consumes any of these salted nuts during this evening's break to please seek medical help immediately. And now, I present to you the concluding act of the murder at Havisham Manor. Let's go.
No one could have killed him except the people who are in this room.
Good God, you're right. It's one of us.
This is a disaster.
2 murders in one night at Havisham Manor. What a crazy evening.
And look, Mr. Collingwood, the snow's from outside his building.
If we're not careful, when we snow into the slaughterhouse, we must discover the guilty.
Indeed. The gunshots were coming from the library. I shall investigate the room. All of you remain here.
This whole business is a disgrace. We must remind ourselves of what we know.
You know that Charles Haversham was found murdered here in his own private rooms on the night of his engagement party.
We know that Cecil was having an affair with his own brother's fiancée. Can't be my sister would do such a thing.
Not now, Thomas. We know that you two was murdered on the same eve in cold blood. The only thing we don't know is who the murderer is. Oh, the tension in this house. Oh, the tension in this house is. Oh, the tension in this house is tense.
Boys, how do you feel now?
I'm good.
That's dreadful.
Dreadful. Yes, I want to die.
That's the spirit, Florence.
But now, Miss Collymore, I must ask you an important question. Where were you when the murder was committed?
On the floor with a mustache.
It makes perfect sense. So was I.
Kiss me 1,000 times, I'm yours.
Of course, that's what brothers are for.
This is dreadful. It's already midnight. That was most. That was. That was. That was most. Ominous.
Indeed.
I must speak with you privately, Polymore.
Of course, Inspector.
I must speak with you, Thomas.
Of course, Carter.
Are you sitting comfortably?
Most comfortably,
Well then,
Inspector.
before we speak, I must ensure that nobody else is in earshot.
Why? No one else is here.
There we go. Polymore, I have found the murder weapon used to kill Cecil Haversham.
Good God. Where was it?
In the library, lying on the table. There was a worm in the barrel still smoking.
Someone killed Cecil.
Yes, less than half an hour ago.
But who?
I was hoping you could tell me that, Polymorph. After all, we are friends, aren't we?
I have no idea. I was down in the kitchen when I heard gunshots. I mean, giving my sister some refreshment. When suddenly I hit her on the face. Nine.
I don't know what page we're on.
I don't even know what page we're on.
Why would I want?
Besides, why would I want to kill my oldest friend's younger brother?
Perhaps you found out about his affair with Lorna. We all know you're a jealous man, Polymorph, ruthlessly protective of your sister.
Protective? I never make my sister happy.
Do not play the fool with me, Thomas. You shot Cecil Haversham in cold blood, and you know that wasn't the plan. I have something to show you, Thomas, and I hope you'll find it interesting.
Oh, well, what is it? What is it, Inspector?
A new draft of Charles' will and testament dated only today. It appears he has changed the beneficiary.
Right, hey, look, you're right. Here he's changed the beneficiary. Good Lord!
That's right.
He's giving it all to Perkins.
It is time we confront Perkins and we let him know we know what he has done. Let's go find him.
Who the devil could that be? I don't know. You're probably right. Quickly, Miss Polymorph, we must hide you out of harm's way. Charles had a secret door hidden behind his bookshelf. Stand back. Step inside, Miss Polymorph. Step inside, Miss Polymorph. You're safe in there, Miss Polymorph. The gardener. What are you doing here?
I was gardening late this evening with Winston when we got caught in a storm and couldn't make it to the gates.
Come inside, Mr. Arthur the gardener. You won't believe the mess you have brought in on tonight.
How do you mean? Oh, Winston! Oh, no, Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Mr. Havisham has been killed.
Mr. Havisham? Surely you don't mean Charles Havisham?
And not only that, his brother Cecil was also killed tonight.
Well, that would explain the strange goings-on I've witnessed on the grounds this evening.
Strange goings on.
A mysterious figure stood by the window of this very room, and I noticed the latch in the window was forced, and Winston found this on the ground beneath it. A handkerchief with a deep red mark and a distinctive scent.
Cyanidity.
Precisely. Cyanide. You can tell the shape it's been used to hold the bottle. But not only that, it's embroidered with the initials FC.
Lawrence Collymore.
Indeed.
Arthur the gardener. You're suggesting that Lawrence Collymore snuck into Charles's private rooms this evening?
Florence Collymore has murdered her own fiancé.
Miss Collymore, get out here now! You killed Charles Havisham, and we have the evidence to prove it. How dare you, Perkins?
Perkins!
Thank heavens, Inspector. These two have been accusing me of the most dreadful things.
Hold your tongue. We know what you've done. Whoa! Whoa! Now, Winston!
Inspector, Winston's just a guard dog.
Sorry about Winston. I'll take him outside.
Arthur, I presume?
I'm the longest serving member here at Haversham Manor.
He's been working here for 9 years. 9
99 years.
99 years! What a dedicated man! But, Arthur, I was informed that you left the Havisham Manor at 6 o'clock today.
What was that, young lady?
Arthur became trapped in the storm and couldn't make it to the gates.
How implausible. I don't believe you realize what you walked into this evening, then, Arthur.
On the contrary, Inspector, you see I found a clue that will close this case.
A handkerchief.
Monogrammed.
Monogram.
And stained with cyanide,
Cyanide.
dropped beneath the forced window to gain access to this room, to poison Charles Savage.
How dreadful. I must inspect this handkerchief with more detail. Thomas, grab my magnifying glass from Charles's desk.
Oh, at once, Inspector. Hey, magnifying glass. Your magnifying glass, Inspector.
Thank you, Thomas.
Inspector, there's something about that handkerchief that you haven't noticed.
What is it?
I'll get it. Good evening. Oh, it's for you, Mr. Collymore.
Who is it?
Mr. Fitzroy, sir.
Hand me the receiver, Arthur.
At once, sir.
Hello. Listen, Miss Orr. Yes, this is Thomas Collymore. It's much more convenient timing, thank you. Recent transactions. Traced to where? A one-way ticket to Dover? Good God, man. I mean, Fitzroy, are you there? Hello? Hello? There you are, Mr. Fitzroy. I hope you know you put me in more pain than you could possibly imagine. I want you to find out who made that transaction. You call me back. I shall hang up the receiver immediately.
You look like you could use another scotch.
Oh, no! No! No more scotch. Thank you, Perkins. If you'll excuse me, I need to check my bank records.
Inspector, there's something about the handkerchief that you have not detected.
What is it, Perkins?
Bears upon it. Dead sea.
Lawrence Collymore is the murderer!
The murderer! How can you? You are the murderer, Miss Collymore, and it claims us all to see. You were buried in man. You were buried in your letter. You despise not only this, you were having an affair with his brother. It is possible to me that you will murder him so you could be together.
If you'll excuse me,
Lawrence Collymore is the murderer.
Inspector! Me! The murderer! How can you?
I checked my bank records.
You're lying, Lawrence. You killed him.
That's it. You're hysterical.
You killed your fiancée, Florence. What do you have to say for yourself? I am the murderer! We all know that isn't true.
It is true, Inspector.
You've been exposed.
All right then, Miss Collymore, your name can easily be cleared. I must check the body once more in case of cyanide. Mr. Collymore, Perkins, show me to the deceased once more.
This way, Inspector.
Arthur, you stay here with Miss Collymore and ensure she does not leave this room.
Arthur, you've known me for years. Surely you believe I would never do something like this.
On the contrary, Miss Collymore, it was I who discovered you to be the guilty party.
Oh, Arthur, how can you? Please, you must protect me from these fiends. I'll do anything to win your trust.
Oh, Miss Collymore, Can't resist your feminine charms.
I've seen the way you look at me across the grounds. Even now the way you're looking at me. Even now the way you're looking at me. Even now the way you're looking at me. I know how you feel.
You are a simple gardener.
And you said before. And you said before how. You said before how radiant I was as I walk across the gardens. Oh, Arthur, please protect me. I'll be yours if you do.
Miss Collymore, I don't feel as you suggest. You are a murderer and a seductress, and I will not be seduced.
But Arthur, how can you resist me? I'm a beautiful woman.
Stop, Miss Collymore. You are using your powers over men, as you always have.
You can't pretend your feelings aren't real.
Very well. Perhaps it is true that I have admired you.
Then kiss me. Then kiss me, Arthur. You know you want to.
What on earth is what on earth is going on here? I can explain. I don't think you can explain.
Miss Collymore, in Arthur's arms?
Second affair?
Florence, you've changed.
Your wild accusations have driven me to this. I feel dizzy. I feel like I'm about to die.
I suggest you settle down, Miss Collymore.
I'll get your medication. I just left it in the study. I'll go get it.
Miss Collymore, you are a vile criminal. We took you in.
You have manipulated me. I've let my master down tonight.
All the while you're plotting your fiance's demise.
Oh, Inspector, all these accusations, I feel an episode.
Have an episode.
Ah!
And a cold-blooded killer! Yes, you are, Miss Collymore.
Oh, Inspector, I can't take it anymore. I shall faint.
Stay
Fainted.
It's all become too much for her.
Quickly, lie her down on the shades. That's better.
I found Freud's medication, which... What's happened?
Florence fainted.
There, Miss Collymore.
Ah, let me try to wake him up. He's out cold.
But, Arthur, is this the same person you saw outside the window this evening?
Cannot tell, Inspector. Mr. Collymore, please remove her hands from her face. It's not her, Inspector.
You were taken in by a handkerchief planted outside the window this evening. Florence and Cecil both have plausible motives for murder, but the true motive belongs to Perkins.
Me, Inspector?
You, Perkins. It appears Charles has made you the sole beneficiary of his inheritance.
This is a mistake.
Save your... Save your pleading for the police station. Thomas, handcuff him to the shade lest he escape before I can drive him there.
That won't be for hours. The snow is at its peak.
What happened? I must have fainted. Curse my delicate. Oh. What happened? I must have fainted. Curse my delicate constitution.
You did. Hey, Lawrence, and we learned that Perkins has committed the crime.
Perkins? Perkins? But he's such a kindly old man.
It's not true, I tell you. Still a misunderstanding. I know it's big.
Ooh.
Inspector Carter.
What on earth?
Poppycock! You say you've met before? And he was a consultant on a fraud case you were working on? What of it? Well, he found that no arrest had been made is because the person committing the crime was you. You were the... Okay! You were the perpetrator.
Nonsense.
You've been hiding in the grounds ever since you planted the poison.
You were the mysterious figure I saw outside the window.
Gosh, you think she'll try to kill us all here?
What a devil of a situation this is!
Not so fast, Inspector! Charles!
Haversham!
Sir!
Charlie, I'm Charlie! I thought you were dead.
You're alive? It's impossible.
Oh, I'm afraid it is. I simply didn't drink the poison sherry you left out for me this evening.
Charlie, Charlie, this is all more than I can bear.
Ever since we last spoke at the police station, it was clear you thought I was on you. It was at that point I became afraid you might try to kill me. I've had my guard up for months, and tonight you fell into my trap.
I thought it was strange. I thought it was strange you got here so quickly in such terrible weather.
But what about the handkerchief bearing Florence Collingwood's initials? Perhaps I should ask Inspector Carter. Or should I say, Inspector Francis Carter? F.C. The same initials!
Precisely. And after you found Charles' will in his ledger, you tried to pin the whole thing on me.
You dad! You damned crafty devil!
Crafty indeed. Perkins here is as innocent as I am. Remove those handcuffs this instant.
Of course, I have the key.
Lower your weapon, Inspector.
Never. I came here to kill you, Charles, and I will not leave until the job is done.
I can prove your guilt. I can prove your guilt in a second. I have the evidence in my study. Fetch the papers, Perkins.
Yes, sir.
Drop your gun, Inspector. It's over.
What are you gonna do?
Find me!
What are you gonna do, Charles? Kill me in front of a room full of witnesses?
You're trying to kill me. I'd rather be returning the favor.
Please, Inspector! You're threatening me! Please, Inspector, you're frightening me!
I'll
You
send a
are...
wife to the room. I'll send a wife to the room. Yes, sir.
You monster! You tried to kill Charles and you killed Cecil! And you killed Cecil! How could you?
All right. All right. I admit it. I tried to kill Charles Senate without the help of my accomplice.
Your accomplice?
Yes, Thomas Collymore.
It's true. I'm the inspector's accomplice. Really, for 1 second, I'm going down to this. Good God, he's locked the door. And we're trapped in here.
Quickly, we can go through the window.
Winston! Get him, boy!
We can escape through the study.
Your papers, sir.
Thank you, Perkins. Now, fetch my reading glasses from the library, please.
Yes, sir.
It's no use. There's no way out.
Brother, I'm surprised. Brother, I'm surprised at you. I don't know what you've become.
I feel truly ashamed. Me and inspector were able to conceal money from the police's sundry account. He had the ability to, and I had to sue to keep it secure. Or so I thought until earlier on the line. This is a death trap!
That was recessal.
As Cecil, that was more of a crime of passion, as simple as that.
Now, I hold in my hand a written list of every fraudulent transaction Thomas Collymore and Inspector Carter made.
No, this can't be true. I can't believe it.
Florence, your story up there made me sick. It broke my heart.
Charlie, look at me, please. Look at me.
Oh, what is this?
Thank you, Perkins. The police should be here. Get the door, Perkins.
Charlie,
Silence, Florence. You mean anything to me now? That should be the police to arrest you both.
this is the worst night of my life. No, this is the worst night of my life.
I think this is the worst night of all our lives. But Thomas, Carter had you fooled, didn't she?
No.
What do you mean?
She never intended to share the life with you. Let me summarize.
I love you, Charlie.
Inspector Carter did. I discovered you and she were both investing police money, so you have to plan to kill me by putting cyanide in my sherry.
I've still got the ring, Charlie. We can make it work.
Then, mistakenly leaving out dead, Inspector Carter then tried to pin my murder on Cecil and Florence because of their affair. That is, until Thomas blundered in and shot my brother. She then tried to pin my murder on Perkins after finding my room in the ledger.
Take me, Charlie, if you know what's good for you.
But little did you know, Thomas, that Inspector Carter made a £9,000 withdrawal from her private accounts this morning. After framing someone for my murder, she intended to leave with a one-way ticket to Dover, taking every penny with her. Let's look inside your atrocity case, Inspector, where we shall find, the license of wow, Inspector, this is a lot of evidence you must be hiding if you really want to keep it close.
You're the inventor.
The bottle of cyanide, Thomas Collymore, £9,000, and
Of course, your one-way ticket to Duran.
she allows you to take all the risk by putting the money in your private account. Isn't that right, Inspector?
All right, I admit it. I forged her signature on the bank and I took out every penny. I had intended to flee after I managed to find someone to frame for your murder. I had bargained on your account and catching on this quickly as telephoning you so soon.
You rogue! I trusted you. But the last time I made a mistake like that.
No!
The police are in the hall, sir.
Thank you, Perkins. If you could please escort Miss Collymore downstairs. I wish to have a word with Thomas in private. Downstairs, Florence. Downstairs. Thomas. Hey, you're supposed to be dead. You ran the show. You should know this. Thomas, you're not the man I knew from school. You become greedy and jealous.
I'm sorry, my nerves are in shreds.
There's a glass of sherry by the telephone.
Oh, thank you. Ever the kind host.
Drink it up.
Thank you, Charles.
Alright, there's more in there. Come on. Come on, I'm trying to be generous. You just tried to kill me. You should be thanking me here. So tell me, one last thing.
Of course, no more lies.
The glass of poison sherry the inspector left out for me. What do you suppose I did with it?
I don't know. You don't suppose that you... No, you don't think that you... I mean, you couldn't possibly. I mean, you couldn't... Lie?
Just die.
Just die? How dare you? No! Oh! Oh!
You're not the man. You become greedy. Oh, wait. Yeah, oh, yes. If, Thomas, how I wish this could have ended differently. If men allow their conscience to be governed by avarice, then death and destruction shall prevail. Betrayed by my brother.
Come on.
Betrayed by my brother, and controlled by my fiance, and almost murdered by my oldest friend. Let us hope we never again see a murder at Haversham Manor.